let's talk about the Upper Deck and Funko exclusive Funko Pop.
In case you missed it, a lot of people were wondering last week, what is up with Upper Deck?
And we're not talking about upper deckers, you know, like what you do on a toilet. You poop inside
in
of
the tank.
And then you remove the top, and then you dump in there, and then you put the tank lid back on.
Yeah.
And then you got a poop swimming around in there, and that's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
We're not talking about that.
And we do not condone that unless the person is a really big piece of shit.
Hey! No, we're talking about Upper Deck, the card company. And I don't know if you guys remember, but Upper Deck worked with Funko and they released a card series. And within that card series, there was a special card that you could get that would get you a Funko Pop. It's around here somewhere in this trash heap sitting in front of us. It's in the trash heap somewhere, but we actually got one. So we're going to be getting a Funko Pop. But here's the thing. We heard news that there would be a Funko Pop and a chase to the Funko Pop.
Yeah.
But we didn't hear much information about it until photos were finally posted.
Yes, and it was really weird timing. It was only a couple days after we had posted the video wondering, where are the Upper Deck Pops? In case you missed it, here's our saga. You're supposed to be able to go to a website to put in your redemption code that's on the card. Well, it wasn't allowing us to do that, so there was also a phone number on the back of the card. You call them, they tell you what to do. Basically, they say, hey, send an email to this place, send us your photos or whatever. So I said, this was September 13th of 2023. Hi, I would like to redeem my Funko Upper Deck redemption card. Please see the photos attached. Gave them my address, gave them my phone number, attached the pictures. Same day, they said, hello, we have submitted this redemption on your behalf. These Funkos are currently in the production process and we plan to have these start shipping in spring of 2024. We appreciate your patience and hope you have a great rest of your week. Very great customer service.
It's currently spring right now, right?
It is spring right now.
It's currently spring because Dis asked the question, where is the Funko Pop? And we made a video like a week ago asking the very question of where are these Funko Pops, and the original email that we received said spring of 2024. So we're still in spring.
Hold on, it says we plan to have these start shipping in spring. So that wordage is, as long as nothing comes up in production or shipping, we plan to do this at that time. So that leaves a little bit of leeway. Maybe it'll come summertime, but the plan is for spring. Well, it is currently spring until June the 20th. That's the official start of summer this year. So they have until the 20th. That's 17 days from the time we're recording this. May 25th, which was when Dis had asked the question, we followed up. So September was the last time we talked to him. May 25th, we said, good afternoon. I just wanted to follow up on the redemption for my Funkos. I used that word because I said we should use the word. Yeah. Yes. When can I expect this to ship and will I receive tracking information? So they came back to us 6 days ago, which was May the 28th. They said, hello, we have been updated by the fulfillment center. It won't be much longer as they should be shipping out next month, end of June. So my guess is probably touching the beginning of summer.
Oh.
To me, that's not a problem.
That window, Heather, I got a problem with that.
I understand. That's not a problem. That's not really that big of a problem. I feel like, you know, as fans, I get it. Like, we want what we want, right? We put in for these back in September. However, it's really bizarre how they did this, but I think I know why. Because they're associated with cards, they probably didn't know the exact number of redemptions. Redemptions would actually. So you don't think there's an actual number associated with this? You don't think they made a certain amount? You think they waited for the redemptions to put in an order? I think the window is for a specific time frame, so they might be over ordering by a bit. But I think they were sort of trying to gauge how well these would do. Because what if a retailer has a whole pallet of them and they get lost in a warehouse and they don't even put those out?
That's a very good point.
You know what I mean? So, and what if people just don't buy them because Funko collectors do not care about trading cards or you know what I like? You never know until you try it, and they've never done anything, as far as I know, with a trading card company like this. They've done NFTs, which is digital and very
similar though.
Similar, yes,
but different.
So I think their process of like the production and everything, like gathering numbers and stuff, I think those are really similar. But because this is a physical card product, like how many people are spending what was it, $200 for the whole
I think it was like
pack?
120 to 150.
Yeah, whatever that number.
I mean,
was.
it wasn't that much because you get all those cool cards, right? There are
They really
the cards
cool?
really suck, to be honest with you. They weren't very good, but it got people to collect them, and there are people out there who collect them all. Then on top of it, there were the hand-drawn cards, so you had a chance at something
Which
that
was cool.
Very cool with that. And then you could get this exclusive Funko Pop, which now has a chase associated. My only gripe with this is that they should have offered more characters.
Yeah, that would be cool. And maybe like you don't know what you're gonna get or whatever, or maybe like did like a specific card for a specific character. But depending on how this does, they might come out with Series 2, Series 3, or whatever.
Well, I mean, I think they would already know how well it did now, right? I mean, considering how many of the cards sold, we haven't heard of Series 2
If I
yet.
remember correctly, I'll have to look this up and fact check it, but if I remember correctly, I think they gave it a couple years' time where you can redeem it.
Oh, yeah, it did. It gave you a very long window. By the way, you may notice that our Gastlecast logo is currently off. And that's because we took a power hit. And I want to tell you something. This is really crazy. Knock on whatever this is. I think it's wood.
It's not. It's
not. Well, then, knock on wood.
You.
Basically, we've never lost power before. We lost power tonight, which made us have to make this video a little later than we wanted to, so this video isn't going to be as edited as we typically do. And no sign. The power took the sign out. Now I can't find the controller. It's gone. Heather looked around. She has a big mess sitting in front of us. You can't even see the mess. It's disgusting. Her side of the table specifically has a very sticky sort of texture around it.
No, it does not.
Because she has disgusting little hands. And it's really gross over there, and I can't find the controller among the pile of garbage. There's a lot of garbage there.
There's a lot of garbage right here, okay?
Oh, okay. Oh. Is that garbage? You tell me, is that garbage right there?
That's probably something you handed to me.
This actually looks like one of the card packs that we ripped.
No, that looks like a gummy.
7.5 months ago.
That looks like a gummy, and I don't even eat gummies. It looks like a gummy wrapper.
It's not a gummy.
It looks like it. Anyway, so I found the Funko Pop Redemption. These cards don't expire till May 31st of 2025.
It's Captain America, and there's a chase, and the chase is a really odd chase.
It's weird.
The glow is really strange, and I'm not entirely sure why it glows there. To me, these Funko Pop, like, I really don't care if I get the chase in this scenario.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't do anything for me at all. I think it's a cool Funko Pop with him holding the shield. That's kind of neat. I like the pose.
In my opinion, this chase is a chase for flippers. Flippers would see opportunity in this. I feel like collectors, and this is just me speaking for my personal taste and for Chris's personal taste, why does Captain America's shirt need to glow? If anything's going to glow, in my opinion, it should maybe be the shield, because he sort of has power behind that shield, right? Like, it's just a really weird
It's
choice.
a weird exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, make it metallic, make it blacklight, make it something, but the fact that, like, the stripes on his outfit it's bizarre. And I feel like flippers would capitalize off of just the rarity of this piece. And, of course, diehard collectors are going to purchase it because they enjoy the rarity. Our collectors are going to hope for this because of the glow. Personally, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, this person says, not a bad pop, but the glow chase is so pointless.
It's weird.
This pop is very cool, but the chase is lazy. I agree. Great pop. Heart emojis. Watch these end up in the discount stores. That's what I'm saying. I have a feeling that these are going to end up at discount stores in some way, shape, or form. Marshalls, Five Below. I think you'll end up seeing them there. Do you remember, we didn't talk about this in the last video, but there was an Upper Deck Funko Pop that's already released.
It
was
Iron
Spider. I thought it was Upper Deck Iron Spider.
Remember. You have had something on your face this whole episode. I think it's like a crusty eye thing. It's gross. It might be skin. Maybe it's food. I don't know.
So it's an Upper Deck Iron Spider, and when I originally saw that picture of that Iron Spider, I thought for sure that was associated with this, but they were showing up in cheapy stores. And I'm thinking, okay, Upper Deck is in association with the card packs, I thought.
Yeah,
so why
weird.
is it showing up in stores with the... There's just something weird about it, and I feel like it was originally associated with this box. Like, in other words, you could either get Iron Spider or Captain America.
But how does that happen?
Then they made a chase variant or something. Like, they're like, okay, well, something went haywire with the Iron Spider, and they're like, okay, abort. Let's do Captain America, or they already had Captain America. Let's do a chase associated with Captain America. Like, there's something weird here, and I don't know exactly what it is, and I hope one day we find out. If you know something about this, you work with Upper Deck, or you work with Funko,
or if
you can tell us information. I would love to know
about
what
Upper
happened.
Deck than we do.
Yeah, because something weird happened here. In our last video that we made, people were jumping all over us. They're like, this is very similar with Upper Deck and Redemption stuff. Sometimes it does take a long time. Like, they were basically saying, like, this is not unusual for Upper Deck.
Yeah,
so,
we don't know much about Upper Deck, so we're just reporting on what we know and what we've been told. But I mean, the fact that they said spring and it's still currently spring, it's not like, I could see if it's like fall, winter time, people are like, did I spend my money to get a Funko Pop and now I'm just stuck with these dumb cards?
Right, exactly. What I find more crazy is you got to spend for a redeemable, yes. Now that it's time for the pop to come out, now you got to see if you're lucky you get a chase stuff.
Well, no, not necessarily, because there are stores that sell them in singles. So that first pack that you choose, that could have the redeemable, and you're paying, how much is a card pack of something? Like $5?
Know, something like that maybe. But I mean, I understand their point. Like, why do you want now to have a chase variant involved? But I think that's kind of fun in it, only if the chase like made sense, or like, well, made sense, because to me this doesn't make any sense at all. Why would that glow? It never glows in the films, so why would that glow on him? It almost seems like, let's figure out like something we can do to make this a chase variant. We have the mold already. What could we do? In my personal and humble opinion, what I would have done was made the shield glow or the shield metallic.
Yeah.
And then that would have been kind of cool. So then you had a metallic exclusive or something like that. Just do something. If it's going to be simple, that's what you do. You mess with the shield, not that part of his costume. Bottom line, I think this Funko Pop is cool looking. I think the chase is really lazy. I agree with the people in the comment section. The chase is trash. And I don't care if I get either one. It doesn't matter to me which one I get.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is going in my collection. I don't care. It doesn't matter. And by the way, the glow isn't even cool enough. Like, it's not even enough glow. Like, I don't even care to glow it.
Well, if we were to get the chase, you would have to for the channel. I would glow it for the channel, but in general, I'm saying, it's just like kind of crappy looking. So I guess the release window is pretty on point. They said spring. Spring is still at mid-June. And that's if it actually comes. My guess, early to midsummer, is when people will start seeing it, but the fact that they said plan to release in spring, I'm cool with it.
Sure, why not? Who cares?
I mean, we're not sitting here talking in December about how it was supposed to be spring, right? So. And
by the way, it's fine. Show up whenever. Yeah. I'm not sitting down counting down the minutes.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm getting some weird chase that only has like literally 10% of it glows. 10% or less.
It's silly.
I don't know. Look, I do want to say something about MischiefToys.com. MischiefToys.com, today we sold Coven of Mischief memberships or initiations. Thank you to everybody who participated. Congratulations to everybody who was able to get on board the Coven of Mischief train.
If you don't know what the Coven of Mischief is, it is a limited edition membership. Only a certain amount of people are able to get in. We list it right on the home page. And when you are within the Coven of Mischief, you are guaranteed the opportunity of at least one Coven exclusive figure per year. So we do not make the amount of figures as we have Coven members, because not all Coven members are going to be into every figure, but we guarantee access to at least one. We also have exclusive Coven of Mischief merchandise, which could include pins and shirts and hats and hoodies and lanyards and decals and all sorts of things. We also allow early access to select Mischief Toys figures, which is a very cool perk. A lot of Coven members like to try on the early access day, and if they are unable to get the figure that day, they have a second chance during the public release.
We are definitely bumping up the amount of Coven of Mischief stuff that we're putting out, but tomorrow is a really big deal for people who have been in the Coven and people who are just getting into the Coven. We are putting up plush Initiation Ghastly, 200 piece that will come with a limited pin of the same number. And also, there will be a secret inside of the box where you can obtain something very special. You're gonna have to figure it out. It's going to be a really wild puzzle, but it's going to be a blast. So, try your chances at it tomorrow, Coven of Mischief members. Have fun, MischiefToys.com, and make sure you use the right tab.
So to all Coven members trying tomorrow, he will be available in the Coven Stead tab. It used to be called Coven of Mischief, but we decided to create a public Coven of Mischief tab on MischiefToys.com because when people heard about the Coven of Mischief, they always wanted it explained. So now we have a tab that everybody can see that says Coven of Mischief that tells you all the details about the Coven. And when you are signed into your Coven of Mischief account, you will see the Coven Stead, which is where the Coven goes to gather and get their treasures.
The plush and the pin come as a bundle only, and remember, the pin has glow-in-the-dark eyes. It's super killer.
We will be sending out emails with all of the information you need to know about tomorrow's drop for this guy, so make sure you stay tuned to your email.
Now remember to make mischief. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Dave Adler, Adam and James from Shadow Force Collectibles, Loot and a Boot, Mason Bradshaw, James Thomas, Nick Mastermico, Nick, Ryan Drotar, David Shuck, and Nathan Bakken. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys are amazing. And if you want to join our Patreon, check out patreon.com/Gastlecast to find out all the ways that you could support and also all the perks that you get in return, like our monthly Google Meet chats where we hang out, we do giveaways, and we talk about all things Mischief Toys, and it includes showing you upcoming things coming to Mischief Toys. Make sure you check out MischiefToys.com and sign up for our newsletter, and also follow Mischief Toys on Instagram at Mischief Toys. Thank you so much for staying until the very end of the video. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.